Here we go.
Here
Here's a tale of
we
tape.
go. Well, hopefully everyone can. I can't see chat, mate, so you might need to monitor it
Yep.
because
I'll
I've
see if.
got one screen at the moment.
Oh no, where's your other screen?
I've because so there might have been a bit of rearranging in my household. Might as well
Yep.
start the show with that. I basically, when I bought the 6950, I moved that PC over to the main screen, so I can play
Yep.
Fortnite and stuff on that with the 6900.
Oh,
And
big.
yeah,
Turn it on Twitch. Got a
yeah,
bit loud.
it got a bit loud. And then what I did was I've moved the Intel PC, which now is hooked up actually to two monitors. So I'm like, I really think as much as I want to deny it to myself, I think it's time for the Intel system to go. I'm going to put the 2070 in it. I'll
Yep.
put the 3080, I think, in Gabe's PC. And
Have you looked at your Streamlabs lately? I just had a look and
mm,
I noticed like you're half cut out of the picture.
really?
Yep.
That's interesting. What about now?
Um, Give it a few seconds to adjust. Nothing. It's the wind. It's the. Oh no, here it goes. I see you changed something.
Can you see me now?
Nah, like I can see the picture, but it's might need to be smaller, or maybe your stream set up for 1080p and you're 1440p. There's like a
Oh, you know what it is? It will be that. Oh, yeah, because it'll be set up for the 27-inch monitors, not the ultra wide.
yep. You should be able to just minimize it in the.
How do
I
I?
might be,
Can I
I
do
might
it on
do
the
it.
fly?
You can do it on the fly. Um, can you open up Streamlabs OBS?
Yeah, I've got Streamlabs OBS open now. You
Oh
can
yeah, I can
probably see
see.
it, yeah, on the
Yep.
screen.
Now go to.
To that?
Is that
No.
is that your live screen? Oh, because it is
Oh,
recording. Yeah, there
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Bring that in a little bit.
So what? This one here, bring it out like this, or like
Like
this.
like like. Yeah, bring it. No, the other way. The other way.
Ah,
In.
ah, like that.
Yeah, that's it. Getting better, and too much.
Bit much.
There. But I'm a bit delayed to you.
Oh, okay. How's it now?
Yeah, no, it looks good.
All right, let's go. Oops. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. Yep. I don't know what I did. I'll have to fix it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to do some fixing. We'll have to run it a bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah. I think it's set up. Yeah, for the 1440p. That's
Yep.
what it is. Not the ultra wide. So yeah, which is like 344 or something like that. So
Yep.
yeah, oopsies. But that's okay. Everyone can see me now and can see you, can't they?
Yep. They can.
Bueno. That's what we want, people. 2 thumbs up. All right. Anyway, oh, let's see. Yep, that's about right. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Do we need a bit more light?
Do we need it?
Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, as I was saying, I moved the PC. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move the Intel one on, and just that'll free up some cash anyway. And
Yeah. Yep.
um, I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that wants to. Yeah, I'll move the Intel one as a whole system, and then yeah, the money I get from that, I'll need to probably spend something on Gabe's PC for, because if he's going to get the 3080, he's definitely going to need an upgrade of the power supply.
Yeah.
So I might just, yeah, I might have to take that power supply out and buy him a new, but I'll definitely move this on. I had sold that RAM I had, but then the bloody guy last minute, because I had to put it off. It was meant to happen on Wednesday. and then he ended up going to work. He was going to pick it up from there.
Yep.
And then I said to him, tomorrow. I said, I'll be at work on Friday, blah, blah, blah. And then he messaged me today and said, decided to go with a Mac. I'm like, Jesus. Okay. It was, yeah. Anyway, so I'll leave it up on, Facebook.
Yep.
I'd rather keep the RAM, if I think we've got it up there for $300. You know what? For 64 gig of RAM, you can't buy brand new that much.
No.
So doesn't bother me. I'll wait for the decent amount of price for it and see how we go.
Yeah.
But what have you been up to? Enough about me moving shit around.
Just work mainly, and playing a bit of Fortnite.
Yeah, I think a couple of us boys are getting frustrated with it.
Yeah, yep.
Like, we're constantly finishing top 10.
Well, I noticed when we first jumped on, it was a lot easier, but I think now because it's getting so a lot bigger now, that it's getting a lot sweatier. There's a lot more people.
I think we're going up a higher skill level. The higher skill level you go, the harder it gets, man. It was PUBG on the mobile was the same. Like, you'd start off and you'd win 4 or 5 in a row, chicken dinners, and then slowly you start noticing it's getting harder and harder, and then you get to a certain level where you go, fuck, this is getting really hard now. Like, it's rare for me to win. And I think that's the thing. Like, and that's the problem, is I think we're good enough to be not noobs, and we're good enough to probably play against some, decent players, but we're not good enough to play against the sweats. That's the issue. Like, the boys are like, how there was one game we played yesterday, and I was just like, I don't know. It was like 3 versus 2. Was you who were playing when Hurdy fell off the carrier? Might not have been.
Nah.
Hurdy fell off the carrier.
I didn't play last night, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a whole bunch of teams around us, and we no problem. We should have beaten them easy. No. Hurdy fell off the carrier. I then got killed. And then it was all over. But there was one... Where was it? Was it with you where we played? I had one game where I just hid most of the game.
Yes. Yep.
And I was third. And I'm like, that's disgusting. I did not deserve to be third. That's terrible. Should never have gotten third there. But it's interesting. I was watching a Modern Warfare video. And there's a challenge now of winning with 0 kills.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm like, I reckon you could almost do that in Fortnite if you haven't, instead of having weapons, you just load it up on mist spray.
Yeah, yep.
Mist spray and bandages. I reckon you could do it. I reckon you could just stay in the storm the whole time.
I think you can hold 15 med packs. So you just keep going from bush to bush, staying in the zone until the very end there, and then just keep...
Yep, and then just go right out of the zone where someone doesn't expect you, and you just keep healing up. And they'll be like... And that zone then starts to move.
Yeah.
And then you just wait, and then at some point it might move to a point where they go, oh shit, I can't get to that.
So is that a challenge for after the show? We should give it a go, see if we can
give it a punt. You reckon? Yeah. Oh, jeez. Maybe.
Even if we go into a Discord chat and do it in solos each, and just talk to each other on the way through.
Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's been a couple. It's really interesting. Like I said, there's times when you're on point. Who was it? Someone was going, I just can't play this. I think it was Rochi saying, I can't play these PC players. I'm like, dude, it's not the PC players. These are sweats. And these are guys who are probably on controller on PC.
Yeah.
They've just got their settings dialed in. Because,
the game's been out, I don't know how many years now, but... Jeez.
Yeah, and it's got nothing to do with PC players versus... because then you've got aim assist and... they do things to try and even it out. I find I can't play against a guy who's really good on controller versus an average PC player is always going to win. Or even an average player on a controller versus a decent PC player will most times beat that PC player because they aim assist.
It came out in 2017, so what's that? That's 5 years.
It's amazing, isn't it? It feels like it's
Yeah,
been out longer than that.
it does, doesn't it? But I thought about it. It was like, yeah, Black Ops 4, and I was like, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare,
Mm.
something else.
Because I
Something
remember when it came out. I remember in 2017 when it came out because I think I still had a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And we tried playing it, and I'm like, and I said to him, like, oh no, I fucking hate this shit. This is rubbish. Like this building stuff's crazy. Nah. And the thing is, muscle memory you have to work on. That's why it's called muscle memory. And that's the problem. You get these sweats, man, like who are sitting there, like enjoy your carpet tunnel, bitches, when you're like 40, because that's what you're gonna have. Because I remember when I was playing on controller, it was funny. It was around that time I started finding I couldn't play as long
Yeah.
because my hands would really get sore.
Well,
Because
that's what I noticed when I jumped to keyboard and mouse, like doing the touch like this, like my arms get sore, like my knuckles and that. So that's why I use controller. But then I remember when I was a kid, I used to get tennis elbow all the time from all always playing with the controller.
yeah, and that was the thing. Like I find keyboard and mouse, I've got really not many dramas
Yeah.
with that. But it's yeah. But yeah, and I always joke with the boys, and they're like, "Oh, here we go." I'm like, how did he beat me there with that drum shotgun? How did he beat me there? I'm like, dude, it's like, yeah, it's like,
It's got 7 shots. If it gets a headshot, it's 40. So it's
yeah, like
seven
then he
shots in a
just,
matter of 2 seconds.
yeah, exactly. And all he has to do is land one headshot and two or three body shots. Really, you're dead. Like you're not beating it.
No, unless you get that one clean, like dual barrel long ranger shotgun. You get that clean to the head. I think it's like 190 or something.
Yeah, there is one. Yeah, there's a couple. Those single shot ones, though, they do a lot of damage. But the thing is, again, they take a lot of skill to use.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I think you watch a lot of the streamers. They'll try and get the one shot with that, then they switch straight to the SMG.
yeah. But even the SMG, man, I found like it just like does 19 damage. Like
Yeah.
if every hit, unless you get a couple of, maybe you get a one shot on the head, mate. If he,
What I noticed, I've got to start doing some of the Fortnite the custom games that would like the aim like the aiming like the aim practice because I
mm,
noticed like with my aiming and that like
mm,
um my settings must be turned down, whereas where they're running off, I find it hard to keep up with them. But then if I turn them up and then get into a close fight, I'm shooting around them and not at them. So you got to sort of balance
yeah,
it right.
like I'm okay close fight if it's a shotgun. I tend to win. If it's um SMG, I tend to be okay as well. But yeah, it depends, man. Like,
Yeah, I think maybe I have to play with my ADS settings and try to long range ADS, turn the speed up to go faster, and then try and get used to hip firing when I'm up close. Whereas sometimes I tend to, I see a force of habit, try and do the ADS.
I do a lot of that.
Yeah,
I think that's my problem is I need to learn because I used to be very good at hip firing, and the thing is with the shotgun, I think that's the best thing to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
hip fire. Yeah,
whereas I ADS with the shotgun, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's a shotgun, and I never used to do it in COD. In
yeah.
Modern Warfare, I was pretty lethal with a close range, like
I think because
and
that's close
maps.
range. Whereas Fortnite, a lot of the time you're shooting across map, so you're used to
Mm.
ADS and
Yeah, that's what it is too. That's
yeah.
what it is too. But mate, I was going to say, moving on to something that I kept watching with some great interest now is crypto, and
Yeah, the crash. Did you hear about Terra and Terra's pegged US dollar? I think it's down to about nine US cents now.
geez, really, it's that bad.
Yeah.
When I read it, it was down to like around 70, 67. It's down to 9 cents. You
Yeah.
know what I was reading was there was an article with people on Reddit saying they'd lost their houses,
Yeah, well, yeah,
like they lost like like they borrowed money from banks, and one guy's like, I'm done. Like I'm gonna be homeless by the end of the month because I've borrowed all this money and I've got no way to pay it back. I'm like, how did the bank give you that much money that you cannot pay it back? But some of these, what's going to come out of this though is watch out if you're a Bionicle, a Nice Hash, an eToro, those companies which give you money to do short and long positions on stuff, mate. I think some of those online trading platforms are going to be very closely looked at
yeah. But
about what.
did you hear how it happened in that?
No, no. So what happened?
Like, I don't know if it's like a group of people or one person or something. They looked into Terra and they found out that every time the coin or something was bought, it would burn a Terra coin or something, so it'd bring the Terra price up.
Mm,
So they bought $1 billion of it, and then the Terra price went up. They sold out of that or something,
mm,
and then to get to peg it, they knew it was going to sell Bitcoin,
mm,
so that like the companies had to sell their Bitcoin to peg to back the US dollar rate for the coin. So then when they did that, they shorted the Bitcoin and made money by shorting the Bitcoin because they had to sell so much Bitcoin to cover the
mm-hmm.
$1 billion that they bought or something. So I think it was something like that. They paid $1 billion, but they made 10.5 billion or something dollars worth.
But it just shows you why, just how
It's
volatile it is, man. And like
and then
people with serious
how
money can manipulate it.
yep, yeah. So obvious. I think in the next few years, it's going to look hard down on regulating and regulating the
Which then makes it, how is it different from a bank?
yeah
Because the whole idea of a decentralized money system, I think that, you know, I think crypto is like communism. It's a great concept,
yep
but there's people who take the piss out of it.
yeah. And I think sooner or later, like they're going to knuckle it down and be like, there's a certain way to do it where it's good for everyone. And yeah, not exactly sure
Yeah,
how it's
and
going to be.
and and like I said to you, the time to make massive money on it's gone,
Yeah.
because I
But
just don't.
what I did do is I did when the Terra crashed, I did put $50 into it, just in case if it ever went back up again in years to come. That which I
You
doubt
know
it
what?
will, but
I doubt it will too. But, look, you don't know
yeah,
if it's pegged to the US dollar. Like you don't, but it really, it really rings a bell. I mean, that's the canary in the
yeah,
in the coal mine, mate. Where you go, hold on, this was something that was supposed to be a stable coin, and it just got absolutely demolished
yeah.
by a group of fairly well heeled up, you know, cashed up investors. But
Probably all the ones that lost out from the Wall Street guys at the time. Probably all
oh
those
yeah, it'll
big
be Jordan
companies.
Belfort and his mates going, this is how we can make some shitload of money, and there's no freaking law against it. Let's go, boys. And then all of a sudden you hear, and there's a new law about doing that. But that's the thing. I mean, you take a look at, as much as people go, oh, Wall Street's Look, rich people are never going to be regulated. Let's be honest. They're not. They don't live with the same rules we do. Um,
They don't even pay the same taxes we do.
of course they don't. But, the idea is that then they spend the money and invest and provide jobs. And, yeah, look. The issue I have is when 90% of the world's money belongs to 10% of the people.
Yeah,
That's a massive disparity. And that is a counter peg. It's just that, you know, gunpowder waiting to be lit up by a match. And one day it will be. And I think people were hoping crypto might be that light, but it hasn't been, unfortunately. And NFTs, oh my God. I mean, Have any survived? Is there been any that have actually been
I
okay?
I don't know. I think that it's sort of more gone to the gaming side, whereas yeah, you earn a little bit of money to do it and stuff like that, but I
Do
haven't
you
really dived deep into it yet.
do you think the gaming thing though is going to die fairly quickly because I could see why the gaming side would do it, like buy an NFT and you're an owner of the game, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a way to fund the games without actually the company raising, like almost like a Kickstarter type thing,
yep,
except
yep.
you get a cool skin out of it. But yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, if people treat it as an investment, I think there's some people who've been bullish on it,
Yeah, like because
but
when I think about it, it's like you could combine all games into like a marketplace, and
mhm.
you could sell off NFTs, or you could, you know how like back in the day you used to have the disc to load the game. Well, with Web3 now, you could have the NFT to load the game, sort of thing. So if you ever got over the game, you could on the marketplace sell that NFT, and then someone else be like be like EB Games, but instead of selling the disc, you're selling the NFT, like the digital version of the disc, to be able to play the game.
Could create, yeah, you're right. Could create a marketplace for used games
Yep,
again. If publishers were willing to do that,
yep.
but it's not
Or
a good.
even accounts, even or yeah,
Yeah, where maybe every time you sold it, they get a 10% cut of what you sold it for.
yeah. Or like you could sell your, say you bought a Fortnite skin, you're over it, you could sell it on the marketplace and then use that money to buy a new game or something.
They're all new skins and.
Yeah,
Mm. I mean, look, there's ideas there. Like, there's stuff
yeah.
that could make some sense,
But
but
then
yeah.
with all of it, there's always someone looking to make a quick buck that's going to try and scam you out of it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be people like
Well,
who are going to
like
say, "Oh, well, I
every
have."
day I'm getting text messages or I'm getting phone calls or someone trying to sell me something or
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, what, like NFTs type
Oh,
stuff?
not like NFT, just like anything, like like do you wanna hear about our life insurance, or what life insurance are you on?
The one
How,
where I don't die. Thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't get a lot of those calls. Amelia gets a few of them,
yeah,
but my phone seems to pick up. I don't know. It must be a Samsung thing where it says potential scam call,
yep,
and I'm like, no, I won't answer that. Like if it's a phone number I don't know, I just generally don't answer the phone anymore.
yeah.
Like if it's
Some,
yeah.
sometimes I do, because it could be work related as well too. It could be someone looking
Yeah,
for
that's
some
a bit
concrete.
different for
Yeah,
yourself. Yeah. Well, funny
but
about
but
that.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but I've noticed that ever since doing crypto, I've been getting a lot more phone calls. It's either crypto or the check-ins. Like when you used to log into like the contract tracing.
No, I don't think they're allowed to. No, I think they were getting rid of the data after 30 days.
Okay.
That was the government's very strict thing because that's exactly what people said. Well, what are you going to do with my data? They said no. After 30 days, we disposed of the data so they could only trace because that was the biggest thing. And I think there was a case famously where the cops actually went to court and tried to obtain the contact tracing information for a criminal case, and the judge said, no, no, you can't have it. Oh, but no, you cannot have it. It's not what it was for. No.
That's pretty good then. That's
Yeah, so I think yeah, judges aren't stupid because they're like, hold on, I have to check in. So if I let you do it to to this criminal, if I have a political opponent who drums up some bullshit charges against me, or someone wants to smear me and someone, you know, it's found out that, oh, I'm being investigated, and oh, on that day I was actually, I'm a naughty boy, I'm a judge, and I was sleeping with the secretary when I was meant to be away on a when I was meant to be in court, and all of a sudden they find me at the, local,
Yeah.
establishment of young ladies. Yeah, that's not going to end well for me, me and my bank account when my wife divorces me, is it? So,
No.
yeah, I think there was a lot of paranoia around that, but yeah, I think, especially in Australia, I think governments have enough nous to just not misuse that information, because I think there's already, if the police want to know your movements, they want to know where you've been and what you've done. Lots of CCTV cameras around, mate.
Just gonna duck off for a sec. The
Yeah.
ducted heating's on, and I'm starting to sweat up bullets in here. So I'm gonna go turn it down a bit.
Fair enough, mate. You go do that, and we'll wait for you to get back. I wonder if anyone's watching. Let's go and have a look at the phony wony, shall we? Oh, that's about to die. Let's have a look. Who's that? Actually, I might just put the phone on charge while I'm at it, because it
Crack
is.
the window as well.
Oh, geez, that hot in there.
Taz Speed's lurking. Thanks for lurking, Taz.
Ah, thanks, matey. Thanks for lurking around. We really appreciate you. But
So I got to close the door because Ava's room's right opposite mine. She sleeps with her door open, so I don't want to keep her up.
oh, okay, yeah. No, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. So yeah, so the world of crypto, mate, doesn't sound like it's traveling awfully well.
No.
It's.
So yeah, my $50 in Terra last weekend is already down to $24. So.
Oh no, bingo bango, all gone skis.
But I just bought it to have a punt and see how we go in a few years.
You know what? That's the thing. Like, you can hold on to that, completely forget about it, and then one day, Terra making a bull run, now worth $3,000, and you're going to go, damn.
Same.
So how much did $50 get you?
122,878.
Well, let's get the good old calculator out, shall we? Where was it? The calculator is at the bottom. There we go. So, we won't cover your handsome face. So what did you say? 122,000.
878 points.
Oh, we'll be conservative. We'll do $100. It's all right, mate. If it goes to $100, you can retire and start your own concreting company.
Yeah, I know.
$12 million. But I mean,
that's what I'm hoping. But that's where it was at. But I highly doubt it. But you never know. Now the strongest part is, actually, plus I'm staking it. So through staking it, I'm earning.
Well, mate, if it gets
27 lunar a day.
Well, mate, if it ever goes to what have I got here? $10,000, which people might yeah, whatever, mate. But if you think about it, I mean, like, Bitcoin's still over 40 grand.
Yep.
Like
Ethereum touched 60 and now it's sitting around 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm
not
saying.
6, not 66.
6,000, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, even if you went to like $1,000, like, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Look, is it going to happen?
Like, I spent $50. Even if it got to 1 cent, what's that? That's still 12,000. No, yeah. Oh, so 1,000. So it costs me $50. If it gets to 1 cent, that's $1,228.
You would still hang on to it at that point.
Yeah, I would. I don't plan to ever sell it till it's worth millions.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is, it could turn around there could be some regulation that comes in that restores the confidence in crypto and everyone starts coming back. I think that's the problem. I think at the moment everyone's lost any confidence in crypto. And like with anything like this, people have lost. I think this time though, I think it's really hurt. I think
Yeah.
last time,
I think because probably the start of last year is when DeFi, like decentralized finance, really come sort of thing. So you could give someone your crypto, and then they'll give you a loan for 75% of that worth. And then as long as you keep making repayments, like yeah, to to cover it, like yeah, this
there's going to be a lot of people with some worthless crypto, I think.
mm,
It'll be interesting to see how many of those lending institutions survive.
that when I thought about it, it's like if I've ever bought like won the lotto, I just put it into the US dollar crypto, and then it's like it always did worth a dollar, and then this happened, it's now worth 10 cents. Like, oh, maybe it's not a not a viable investment.
Nah, mate. I think in the next couple of years, you'll see a lot of people going back to banks with inflation the way it is, and
Yep.
just going back to earning 7, 8, 9% on whatever they've got.
Yeah, well, that's what you're earning in crypto now, but I think because it was point 2% or something is what you were earning.
Mm.
That's why people started looking towards crypto.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it was a perfect storm. Interest rates were, really low. Money was cheap. People went out and lent a lot of it, to try and, cash in on crypto booms. And yeah, man, it's ouches. But like you said, you got 122,000 of them. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, you lose $50. Best case scenario, it gets to like, it starts going on some sort of stupid bull run because the US government decides, oh no, we're not back this one. Or regulations change and people go, oh shit, crypto's back on. Look, yeah. It'll be an interesting couple of years whether this will be looked at like the .com boom
Yep.
or whether it will be, oh, it was the start of a change in the way people made money. It was the invention of a new stock market.
Yep.
Because that's effectively what they're trying to do is create a
Yeah.
new
Well,
stock market.
or like its own currency, but then because the problem is that 50,000 different things are trying to make their own currency. So now you got to find an exchange to be able to swap that currency for another currency to be able to buy something from that currency. But
The problem with crypto is it's too decentralized. Like at the moment, for example, each country's got their own stock exchange.
yeah,
And each currency is hooked into the American dollar. I reckon in 10 years that won't be the case.
well, it'll be one. Will Bitcoin be the
Number
US dollar?
one Chinese yen or one Russian ruble. Nah, I don't think anyone knows. I think with the way the world is at the moment, no. Honestly, even with all the data and knowledge you could have about finance, I think you would be very brave to see what's going to, you'd be very brave to come out and go, this is what's going to happen in 10 years' time. Because I honestly don't think anyone realistically knows. But with the state of politics in some Western countries, and Australia's involved in that, because I think what people also don't realise is if the US fell over, no one would get any joy out of that in the Western world, least of all Australia, because we're so tied into US, England, the whole of Europe, and really, if you think about it, Australia gets a seat at the big boy table because the big boys let us,
Yeah.
not because, oh, we're valuable. Well, yeah, we've got some natural resources, and yep, but yeah. But tomorrow, if Australia shut its economy and said, thanks, boys, we're done, there's really nothing in this country we couldn't build or make to be self-sustaining. We can we can make steel. You could fire up steel foundries again.
Yep.
You could grow your own fruit and veg, and really, you talk about inflation. Really, the only way to peg back inflation is you stop importing stuff. and you
That'll
start
that'll never
dropping.
happen with like all how much manufacturing's moved over to China in the past few years.
It's amazing how quickly that can change.
Yeah.
And I think US is a good example of that, where Donald Trump just went, no, no, you want to make shit overseas? I'm going to tax you. I'm going to tax you hard. All of a sudden, Intel builds a new foundry in the US. AMD builds a foundry in the US. You know, going back to technology, there's companies like Mercedes and BMW and Nissan and Honda and like there's all these companies that make cars in the US and you go, why? Well, because the tax on them's so high. It's not worth. That's why they only have 35 car makers who sell in the US.
Yep.
They don't have 35 manufacturers, but they have, there's obviously amongst that you've got Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, like you'll have those, niche cars, but the bulk of what's made in the US is Ford, Chrysler, GM, BMW, Mercedes. What else you got? Nissan, Honda. I think Honda do. Not sure if they do or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if they do Honda. Can't remember. There'll be a list of them somewhere on the net, but yeah. But moving on to the more technology news. So we had the 650 out, the 6750 out, and the 6950 out.
It's the confusing.
Yeah. From AMD, brand new GPUs, and you had a chance to see any reviews or anything, or
No, I haven't. Sorry.
absolute nothing burgers, 10% really, and yeah, like I said, some of the price. Only thing I'm spewing is I did see on Ozbargain my graphics card for about the wife finally discovered that. Why'd you pay? What's this extra $200 for? I'm like, this is what happened, and I'm like, and she's like, and I'm like, I got a pay rise, and she's like, okay. She's like, I said, and she's like, all right. And she sort of let it go. she was okay about it. So, but yeah, I said to her, I said, look, otherwise it was going to cost. Eventually, it's going to cost me more. So,
Yeah.
I'd rather do it now and be done with it. And like I said, man, I'm really happy with. I actually don't know whether I've shown. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if we can show Beastie on the screen. Where are we? Choose virtual breakdown. Let's go to none. Right. Let's grab Mr. Camera for a walk here. But that is Beastie running there. I may have bought an extra fan. Because that fan back here was up here.
Okay.
And I just went, oh, it's upside down. And then I'm like, it's not upside down. It's just different to this one, which is a nice ring like the ones on the front.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So I then decided,
I had to change it.
yeah, I'm like, so I got this one, which is actually, it's a bit of a spew because actually those ones would be really good. They're 140, that's a 140, but it has RGB on both sides. Like you can kind of see at the top there,
Yep.
comes through the top. So it gets it on both sides, whereas that one only gets it on the one side. Same with these ones here. So when I asked them about what the compatibility was, they were cool about it. So yeah. So went to my mates at Centrecom and grabbed some stuff from there. So, and I got some storage as well. So let's put this back on my my rough mug. Oh. There we go. All right. Cool. Oh, well, might as well put the background back on. Yeah, I really need to. Yeah, I think because that is enough. Like that PC is more than enough for streaming and everything. I mean, it's got the 5950X. It's got 64 gig of RAM in it now with RGB lights on it. Like that's yeah. The only thing I'd look to change out of that is I'm not impressed with the Asus ROG Strix board because I didn't know it only had 2 NVMe slots. So it's about the only thing I would change. I'd change the motherboard out. Sell this, change the motherboard out of that,
The,
and I'd
the,
have to buy
the, the,
Gabic power supply.
the thing I noticed is like I need a streaming PC. It's like because when I'm gaming and in between waiting for games on Fortnite, I'm over here on another screen trying to look up other stuff, and the game's starting. I'm like, I don't want to get out of it yet. Or
Yeah,
I'm trying to watch something and play the game at the same time.
yeah. Oh, mate, that sounds like you do need a streaming PC, mate. But I'll look at the moment. I mean, there's some absolute, speaking of, if you're going to build something and needing PCs, and it's a cracking time to buy AMD stuff. Like I've
Yes.
seen people selling 5600Xs for like 250,
Yep.
like on marketplace, and like I've seen, what did I see it for the other day? I'm sure that even. Come on, what are you doing, you stupid? What's this display doing? Why are you turned right down? I don't need you to be turned right down. Okay, where was it? I thought I saw. Let me have a mix squizzle. I thought I saw some. Let's see what. I thought I saw 5900Xs, for example, for like $600. Let me have a look. You know what makes me laugh hilariously? 3900X for $699.
Yep.
59. Yep. Wow. So 5900X, so the newer chip.
Yep.
$589.
Oh,
What world does that make sense? But then, interestingly, the new 5800 XD X3D that AMD did, Centacom's got that for $689, and I'm like, why? When you can buy a 5800, which is marginally slower,
yep.
$499. So literally $189 saving. I mean, 5700X is $429. Nah, look, I'd probably pay a little bit extra for the 5800X. I mean, they're both 8 core, 16 thread. And then, yeah, you go 5600X, brand new, is $339. Or 5600, because the difference between this is interesting. 5600 and 5600X is next to nothing. Hardware Unbox did do some really good in-depth analysis of it, and so did Gamers Nexus. $285. You'd take the $285 5600X every day and twice on Sunday, because it just represents some really good value. And then you've got the 5500, which is 6 cores, 12 threads, $209. If you want a entry-level gaming PC, mate, there's you put it on a nice 550 board so you can upgrade to a newer chip, because AM4 is like, that's it. Like, this is it. Like, what's come out now is it. Next step is they're going to do AM5, and that's going to be on an LGA socket. And so did you know that? It's going to be
No, I didn't.
yeah, it's going to be on an LGA socket. So AMD's gone away from the pins on the chips, so that will be interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what they've done so far has been on that AM4 socket. So yeah, it will be interesting. because I think they've figured out some things about 3D cache and stacking the chip and all that to actually really take it up to Intel. But it was interesting. I was watching um, a discussion between Tim from Hardware Unboxed uh, and not Dan. What's his name? From Moore's Law's Dead, and oh, his brother's name is Dan, but it's not his name. Oh, now it's gonna bug me. So, and they were saying like AMD still only makes up like 20% of the graphics card community. Like people are still only 20% buying AMD cards versus Nvidia cards. Where is he? He's on my bloody. Here he is. Tom. That's what, isn't it? Tom from Moore's Law's Dead. So he's yeah. So they were saying like AMD's going to really have to do something on the graphics side because I think on the chip side, I reckon. Look, it's just really close. And you got to, it'll be interesting to see what the Intel graphics cards do as well.
Yeah.
So, but mate, let's talk about some gaming. So, what have we been playing? A bit of Fortnite.
Fortnite. That's it, really.
Yeah, I have downloaded Far Cry 6, so I'm gonna really have to have a go at trying to finish that off. I'm kind of a yeah, I'm kind of I like playing games for fun, and when
Yeah.
they stop being fun, I really need to learn to go stop playing it out of habit, mate, and just getting frustrated. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Still, I think on a weekend or whatever, if you boys are on, I'll jump on obviously just for a couple of games, just to have a bit of fun. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I think I was jumping on a little bit by myself as well, and like, I it was like COD. COD was fun when you could
Everyone was on it. Yeah.
everyone was on it. You could win a couple of games, have a bit of fun, have a bit of a laugh. But then in the end, mate, like when you just could not win a game, and everyone's like, "Oh, Warzone, Warzone," I'm like, I have to admit, since Fortnite, I probably would like. I'm even tempted to say to the boys, "Hey, let's go check out Apex Legends. It's different,
Yeah.
but like, there's no fall damage, and the weapons." I think Apex. The problem with Apex Legends is there's a lot of attachments and a lot of like different weapons you can use, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a lot more complicated weapon system, like similar to COD, but on the fly. So I'm not sure about it. So I'm not sure. Maybe not. But because I remember when that launched, and I remember having a couple of goes at that, and I thought, oh yeah, that's all right. Um, Valorant can be okay. I think if you play with a good group,
Yeah.
I reckon that could be one. That maybe the boys. It's a cross between Fortnite and Counter Strike. No build. It's interesting. Yeah, it's probably a little bit unique, but I mean, look, it's got its own buggy. It's got its own interesting,
Yeah.
like bugs and flaws and stuff. But it's about it. So you haven't been playing anything else, mate?
Nah, I was thinking about jumping back on the Minecraft again, but because that was fun when we all built the tunnels and that, and the trains and that. That was fun to do.
Mm,
I
mm,
thought about jumping back on that, but I haven't yet.
yeah. Uh, what about the weekend, mate? You got anything much coming up?
Not this weekend. Just work Saturday, I think. Sunday, nothing much going on. Next weekend, got Saturday off. My sister-in-law's her birthday. We're all going to the Werribee Zoo, so that'll be fun. Haven't been there yet, so I hear it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Should be.
it's actually good. The kids will really enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff to see and like do the safari thing. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, we're
fun.
doing that. Yep, yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Definitely worth checking out. The kids will have a ball. So your sister's birthday, but she's going to the zoo.
Yeah, she said she wanted to do something with animals. Like she's she's an inspector for the RSPCA and that, so she's like right into animals and
Cool, man.
yeah. I think she studied to be a. She was gonna be a vet, but then she never did it, and then she ended up going to the RSPCA, and then yeah, just sort of worked her way up.
Cool, man.
Yeah, no, it's good.
All right, well, mate, that's about it. I think we'll keep it short and sweet and
Short and sweet. Wrap her up.
wrap
You
her up.
you keen for any games now, or a bit late, or
I might. You think you're jumping on some Fortnite?
yeah, see if I can do a heal off.
Well, mate, let's jump on. Yeah, we'll
Yep,
get off and
sure.
we'll have a bit of a crack. Why not? All right, mate. I'll catch you in a
Right,
couple of minutes.
you will. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks.
Take
Oh,
care.
Nordo. It's like get Blood Hunt. Have you looked at that? The vampire one?
Oh, I'm not into vampire games. I've really just like the closest I got to liking a vampire game was Days Gone.
Yeah.
That was it. That's as close as I'm gonna get, I think. But yeah, not my thing, not my jam. I'll be honest. Like, it's like, what was it? There was something like the guys playing those NFT games. Like you guys were playing those NFT card games, and I'm like,
Nordo's like it's battle royale. Next time you stream it, I'll tell I'll tell uh Bob McCall to come by us and then watch it.
yeah. Let me know. I think I've got Nordo popping up when he's streaming. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, yeah, because he's playing it. What was yes? I think he was playing it yesterday, but I didn't watch it yesterday. But I watched it Tuesday while I
Hmm.
was doing the dishes. So
Cool, man. All right, everyone. Peace out. Catch you next time.